Welcome back to the channel. This is Wasabi. This is a battle on the Pearl River map, which came back in this release, and we're following Artie Noob from King's Clan. Artie Noob is one of the top 100 players on the server, so this should be a good battle. Now, he's got a couple of missions going on. The HT-12 mission for the T-55A, which requires to do 2,000 damage and block 5,400 damage. It's actually a multiple of your hit points of your tank. And then the Alliance 8, which is 7,200 damage battle. So yeah, we'll just see if he does achieve any of those, but in any case, this is going to be a good battle. Anyway, so he's heading to the northern end of the map, which is one of the sort of head-to-head battle areas. You've got varying terrain here, so guns, tanks with good gun depression like to play here because they can get hulled down, and TDs, etc., with strong frontal armor can also duke it out here. So to see what the enemy brings and see how this battle goes. Now he's here by himself at the moment. He's being followed by Chinese tank destroyer and then low. So he's top tier in this game. He's in the A phase 1, which I've mentioned before on this channel, but just to remind people, it's tier 9 tank that is a reward for that you can basically use your tokens from the expedition program, which covers Frontline and Steel Hunter. You just have to earn 12 tokens to get this tank. So he's first of all just met a Conqueror, which is his tier 9 heavy tank equivalent. It's from the matchmaking and giving him a quick wake up with 347 damage. Let's have a look at the gun just to familiarise ourselves. So it's 120mm, firing heat rounds as standard, and as armor piercing is the second type of round. So actually we'll just check. He's actually got premium rounds loaded as his preference. So yeah, that's part of his damage strategy. So he's got two T-95s facing him, tier 9 heavy tank destroyers. They've got very good frontal armor, but they do have notable weak spots. Now the one that he's aiming there is the commander's hatch, and if you can get the lower front plate, that's possible. Also side shots. He's just not reloaded in time to catch that out. Does get a bit of a hit from Marty, so you can tell this area is a bit exposed to artillery, probably in and around the area around the enemy cap. You can see just from the mini map that the enemy tanks have been spotted down in the other end of the map, so he's only really facing 3 or 4 tanks here, but not something you want to push in on these tanks. They do 750 alpha average. So he's already taken 2 hits that have bounced off, giving him 1500 blocked, and he's about halfway through his damage target, but only roughly a third of the way through his bounce target, which may or may not happen, depends how long he faces these. You can see as he's rocking backwards and forwards, he's really trying to bait shots from the enemy tanks, but it looks like that T-95 is tracked or is aiming at another target. Possibly the low is a easier target. He's just almost got the lower front plate, just managed to turn in time. One of the things about the T-95 is that it can actually rotate fairly quickly. If you try and get them away, they can get around you a little bit. You can see there he's got the lower front plate, gets a good shot in, bounces a round off from the T-95. Actually did damage to his gun, so it doesn't count in terms of his blocked total, but now he's got the a tracked T-95 with the commander's hatch in full view, so he's managed to tax him there quite successfully. And here's the other T-95, just did exactly the same thing. So both those T-95s, I think from the same clan, really not faring all that well, and he's going to get the roof of the T-95 there as he goes backwards up the slope, and gives him a full weak spot. 120mm gun, fully overmatching the frontal armor. And here's this T-95. You just saw the big hole from his previous round, and that one takes him out. But at this point he's turning around, having dealt with that threat. You can see the enemy tanks are pushing in on his own camp, so he and the T-30 are turning around. The RU-251 in the middle is basically lighting targets, but there's an AMX 1390 T-54 Mod 1 and a Type 61 from the enemy side just pushing in and yeah, overpowering the enemy, overpowering his team in that location. So let's just see from the mobility of this tank, not high speed, but does have reasonable power to weight ratio, so it gets up to speed relatively quickly. Seeing here he's doing about 30 Ks. It's just seeing a couple of enemy tanks go past. Does he get the T-54 Mod 1? Yep, takes him out in one shot, and that's the unfortunate lock and load 595 who yeah, has got a habit of dying early or without doing a lot of damage. So I'll give him another reason to complain about the game, I would think. But they've managed to claw back a bit of the disadvantage they were in. They're now one tank up, and here we've got still heading towards, he's just ticked over 3k of damage with that kill shot. He's got 3 kills and basically trying to work out the best strategy to get around the map. Now, people who hadn't played the older patches won't have seen this map. It was removed quite a few years ago. It's got the same layout as it had before. For those people who have seen the map before, I haven't even played on this map yet. Just doesn't come up that often for me, or at all so far. But yeah, people who've seen the map before will recognise the layout. It's just that some of the slopes have changed, some of the spots to occupy have changed, particularly the city in the middle that is just gone past. So if you get a chance to get in a training room, go and have a look at it, see if you can figure out yeah, where the best parts to play are for the types of tanks you like to play. So he's heading now towards the enemy camp. Good chance there's some tanks around this area that he can basically get some more damage out of. It's just heading here towards the enemy cap. Even the arty, yeah, might be around here, so possible targets for him. And there you go, spotted a T69. Puts a quick snap in there and actually connects, which is pretty excellent shooting there. And he's just following up, just keep pressing on, which will do a couple of things. First of all, unnerve the tanks that he's chasing, unless of course there's a bit of a trap, which it looks like there's something there. It's a T-30 T9 tank destroyer, which has again got a big alpha gun. Managed to just put his round into the dirt, so he won't be happy. Offers his side to Arty Noob, who takes advantage of that really quickly. And he's got a choice of targets now. See if he can put more into the T-30, which he does. Gets a hit into the side there. And now again, just you can see just him coming up and down, trying to bait the shot, but also he took advantage of the long load time of the T-30 to get another side shot in. The T-30 driver really not being all that successful. T-69 puts a heat round into his gun, so he quickly repairs that. T-69 goes down, gets a bounce off the T-30 and puts the kill shot in return. So after 4 kills and 5.8, nearly 5.9k of damage, he's really just gone halfway past his block target, and there's not enough tanks left in the game really to put up enough challenge to get him there, I don't think, so he's not really going to get there. He's just a bit short of the damage target for his Alliance 8 as well. He's got another 1500 damage there, and it, again, doesn't look like there's enough hit points left, so doesn't look, yeah, fortunately he's going to really meet that. But anyway, let's see, can he top 6k damage? And he's got 2 targets left. There's the Arty and the Scorpion G. Arty's already under fire, so I don't think he's going to last. And no, there he goes. Now let's see whether he can get any joy out of the Scorpion at all. And there he is. He's still running away. He's been spotted, and he's showing his rear. Aims in, gets a good hit there. Nice high roll, 423. And will he get a final hit on him? Loading? No, it doesn't quite load in time. There's the game, 6.3k damage, fantastic. So his results include getting his 3rd mark of excellence to show his consistency of performance in that tank, the Ace Tanker badge, of course, the Bruiser shellproof fighter and fire effect medals, and of course the high caliber award for the amount of damage he did, including 6304 direct damage and 599 of assisted damage, so nearly 7,000 total combined damage. 4 kills, of course, and got 1396 base experience, which puts him well into the ace tanker territory for that tank. Few people didn't perform all that well, but the next best performer was the Wheezy 120 who was backing him up, so that's good support for Artie Noob there. Poor lock and load on the other team. Yeah, managed to, looks like he did 1 or 2 shots of damage, so give him more cause to complain. 23 shots fired, 22 penned, close range fighting there, 17 penetrated against the T95s mostly. Cost him 54,000 in credit. Just to explain, this is a reward tank, not a premium tank, so don't expect great financial benefit there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and comments below.